day, good people of the fine day, year of the vibrant Tuning Day. Bravo David, I'm the number card. You know me as the man who is ready to get towards Friday. This Friday, it is Scars and Sprites. It is Independence Day weekend here in the United States, but in the AWE. It is much more than that. It is the final stop, or I guess really the first stop, until we make that main turn on the road to AV Mania. At that show, men's tag team title is going to be on the line. The AWE Championship is on the line. Gin versus Captain Falcon. We are going to have Hu Tao versus Bernice for the All-Star title. Ryoma's going to decide who he wants to fight for the All-Star title tonight. Sage got out of fighting Iba, so she might just be clear as day. She might not even have a match this Friday. We decide 2 AV Mania ladder spots based on some of the predictions from Ticket to Paradise. Those submissions are going to fight this Friday. So much is happening. Let me talk to you. We will continue, but AV Mania season is starting to feel a little bit like Mania. We're starting to get some direction. However, we have 2 women who are starting the show tonight, who are a little bit more directionless, or I would say more so rather. It is more so rather, they have been, I don't want to say desperate. You know what? Yeah, I can say desperate. Have been desperate for an opportunity to fight. I'm talking about OC champion Gorey's a couple members of her staff. We're talking Vaseline and Rose. You like Rose, I'll tell you what. They will be going 2-on-2 with opponents of my choosing. And you know, there's a saying in this business that good things come to those who wait. So what happens to those who don't wait is $1 million question. It's time to find out. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, welcome to AWE Rebellion. Give me the stars. Go black, and these lights pop up. It's time. Let's get the show on the road. Welcome to Rebellion Sunday. We got some matches on the card. It's a slightly longer Rebellion in terms of card length. We got 6 matches, but let me tell you, it's AV Mania season, so yeah, maybe expect that a little bit more often. More importantly, though, also forgot to mention this Friday will be the first time. This Friday will be the first time that March will start that long open challenge, but here they are, Rose and Venezuelan. Ladies and gentlemen, from the coroner's office, they are here to fight and to, you know, do some things. Now, Vanessa, I have essentially gone through and said, hey, come on over. You know what? I may not like you so much, or at all, but you have history, you have horror knowledge, so get in there and maybe find my ghost. And you know what? She didn't do find my ghost. You know who my ghost did find? Splint didn't, who is recovering. Hopefully will be 100% recovered. Came out with a nasty concussion on the end of it, but otherwise physically just some bumps, bruises, no sprains. Admittedly got very lucky because off of that ladder was a terrifying bump. Anywho, now I got some, not sinister, well maybe a little bit sinister. I got some a little bit sinister planned for these 2 here tonight. More so sinister for one of them. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, Rose. Broadly fine, very cool. However, that Venusaur? Ladies and gentlemen, it is the OC champions. You see Venezuela and Hina and wait, that hold on a minute. That's not who I had planned to fight them. Wait, this was supposed to, wait, what, my drama? This was supposed to be a dramatic thing. Ventriloquist and the OC champion Cordelia kind of have a little something will they won't they thing going on here. There was maybe a little, I was gonna have the two sides potentially little romance, you know, just come to a head in the ring. That's what are they doing? And what the heck is Nazareth doing? This is not illegal. This is not what it was. Oh, it's a legal match now. It is a legal match now. Tagged in. What are they doing here? Double backstabber. Sakura Ogami. Let's talk about it. These two, I think just this past, not this past Friday, the Friday, ooh, knee strike. The Friday prior to this Friday, I guess prior to last Friday, 2 Fridays ago, these two attacked the repairman. We have not been able to see or contact the repairman since. Neither has Skull, neither has Mama, neither has the Great Gozu, and I am not keen on talking to either one of these two. Oh, man. One-on-one, Miss Grebenshikova? Probably good enough. Miss Greb, double shot to the arm as Rose is in. Rose LaCroix, a fantastic artist. Maybe has been taken advantage of in the past, but maybe even a better wrestler, because right now, taking it to Miss Ogami. Ogami stood back up. Toss in the corner, but a tag is not made. In fact, Sakura able to save herself from being stunned. As we know, this is a vicious, ruthless, relentless Sakura Ogami, but it is a Sakura Ogami that really wasn't able to even piece together a victory during most of her attacks, not until Hina was with her. Not until Hina was by her side, tag made back to this old Verasika, Mrs. Greb. Went for the shot on the legs. And you know what? Not a bad decision. We know Sakura got them bad legs. One, not bad enough because a stare down happens there, and that's not what you want to see when you're in a match with a repaired Ogami. Tags were made by these two. Holding Sakura down, going after the arm. I'm not sure if that's the best answer there. Sakura back in control into the corner. And tag not made to Hina. And one shot brings Sakura down. Hold on a minute. Maybe that's the tensile strength. Working with all sorts of colored pencils, charcoals, paint brushes. Because right now we're seeing a combo master in Rose and then going after the knee. Oh no, but the tag was made at the last second now. Hina, definitely the masterminds of this operation now in effect. Off of the, wait a minute, went up there quick and a drop kick. Over the top rope again right afterwards, going flying, and goodness gracious, I think actually Rose rolled out of the way. Able to save herself at the last minute there. You let Hina, this focused Hina get on a roll, it is a recipe for disaster. But these two seem to work together pretty well. Greb tossing Hina down. And I was gonna get into this, and I was going to, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, vehemently slander these two. I was going to throw them right under a bus. And then I was going to toss another bus on top of that bus, but look at this, Greb! With a German suplex from the top. Impressive maneuver, if not a little bit creepy, but look who kips up right afterwards. Hina saying, fine move, tosses her down right afterwards. And this is what I was talking about. You do not want to get this focused Hina on a roll. And it looks like, at the very least, these two are stopping her from getting on that roll. Their corner, boss! The OC champion, Gorey, is banned from ringside here tonight. Due to maybe general manager's frustrations. Ooh, wait a minute. I think was able to dodge that clothesline, but also missed the kick in response off the ropes. Goes underneath. Goes over top. And a nasty flip by Greb. Turn sideways and drag center of the ring. Vacation going for a chop there. Missing that neck breaker. Hina rolls out of the way. And into the corner. An attack finally made to Sakura Ogami. And the problem about this is double super kick right into the jaw. You gotta start worrying because both of these ladies almost have signatures. Greb has admittedly worked up a signature. Oof! Caught with a neck breaker as a count of one. Luckily, this isn't like anything crazy. It's not like extreme rules. I just wanted a clean fight. And I wanted maybe some heartache and heartbreak, not neck break. Come on, Ogami, what are you doing now? That is not what you want to see. Tossed into the ring at 6. And Ogami goes for the pin. I'm going to tell you what, Rose is going to need to come right in. Rose needs to be tagged in. Oh my gosh, hold on a minute. Misses. This is exactly, I was going to say, this is exactly what Greb needs. Shot to the face. The Sakura Ogami back in control, sending Greb into the corner. Greb, reversal. Uppercut. It looked like an uppercut to the to the abs of Ogami and a big body splash in the corner. I don't really know what the sig or finisher of either of these two are. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I don't know anything about them. They weren't even really originally scheduled to compete, but they pestered me long enough and I got tired of it. And I was going to use heartbreak to my advantage, not potential neck break after what we just saw from Ogami. Stood right back up. Onto the shoulders, able to walk Hina to the center of the ring. If you were wise, you would make that tag. Go walk over there. Good for you. Goodness gracious. Hina strung up on the ropes. I was gonna say Rose is not really the wild card. Oh, I was gonna say Hina might have saved them some trouble because if that tag was made, it would have been bad news again. Wait a minute. Look here. On the shoulders. And go to sleep. Wait a minute, Hina's getting rocked right now. Into the corner. Oh, and a strike, and again, no, okay, 2 strikes right to the chest. Hina shaking at that arm, onto the shoulders again. And again, Hina dropped. She's stunned, she's hurt, and look at this, Rose on a roll. Headbutt right afterwards. And once again, I'm not sure if that was the best decision, but you know what? It was sure a choice. A choice was made there. Into the corner. And wait a minute. Yanking the arms. Oh my gosh, slap to the chest. Hina off the ropes. She has been refamiliarizing herself with these ropes since her return. And a tag has been made to Ogre Ami. But look at this. Wise decision, admittedly. Wise at this point. Rolling up by the bad knee, but 1, and it's just 1. I don't know if I can even call it quite a bad knee anymore. Miss Greb. Elbow drop right to the heart, lifting Ogami right back up. Sent to the ropes. No. Sent to the corner. And what is Ogami also going off the ropes, it looks like. And goes for a nasty pinfall. Rose does. I was going to say maybe didn't need to come in there. That purple bar may have been able to stave off resiliency for a moment. But now, resiliency, it's cooked. It is cooked. And this is what we're talking about. In-ring experience and ring IQ. This duo does not have that yet. And they're going up against 2 multi-time world champions. Between Hina and Ogami, I think they are 5-time world champions. While Miss Greb and Rose have been here for not even a cup of coffee. But look at that. Hold on a minute. What is going on here? Oh, wait a minute. Middle rope. Neck breaker. And honestly strung Sakura up by that bad knee. Which, once again, doesn't feel like it's as bad as it used to be. In the corner. Oh, exploder. Stopping the tag. You saw Grub was making a crawl for that tag as well. And may be able to make it here. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. It was probably a better decision to just go away. But no. Going for a suplex from outside to inside. Maybe transition more so into a Falcon's Arrow. Sakura tried to kip up out of it. That would have been, honestly, tragic news. But Sakura did hit the reversal. Tossing Greb into the corner. Which is something we don't see from so many competitors. Usually we see them, like, drag them over that corner. Instead, Sakura said, no, I'm throwing you over there. I got the power. Reversal. V staying in this thing. Powerbomb position. Center of the ring. No, all the way to the other corner. Which, admittedly, wise decision. I will say, admittedly, wise decision. Went for kicks right to the... Oh, did do 3 kicks. It wasn't quite right on the midsection. It was, like, to the side. Despicable work, but again, Ogami reversing every Irish whip. And then rages up herself. Oh, no. Another exploder. Right onto the back of the neck. Rose has barely been in this matchup, and it may be as good as over in just a moment's notice. Into the corner. And doesn't make the tag. Tag team finisher attempted. Miss Greb may have saved that for her team just there. If that move hit with Rose not being able to come in, try to do the same thing. Tag team finisher reversed on both fronts, but it should be noted that this might be a mistake. 1 kick out of 1. I was gonna say if Sakura was able to roll that back, it could have been an easy pinfall. Didn't get to the corner. Referee was in the way. Oh, well, she's in the corner now. Essentially a nasty meat hook clothesline and still going. Big boot. Celebrating, but this may be a bad decision. Sakura's got her back turned. An attack was made. Needs to turn around because Rose Plant lands. 1, 2. Sakura. Okay, first of all, Sakura did come in. Second of all, Ogami still kicked out of it and didn't burn resiliency. Third of all, Rose went flying and then went falling. Everything that just happened there, I think the biggest part of that is Sakura was still fine. She said, yeah, I'll kick out of that. Oh, spinning knee strike. A knockout blow. As now a finisher is in potential contention, and it looks like we may see it a hit. What do they have going here? We've not seen them team up. Oh, no, 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 no. Super kick right to the throat. And then a pile driver right afterwards. Rosa's eyes were closed. That was likely going to be all she wrote. Hina, I was gonna say Hina has a SIG, not gonna use it. What do they have planned here? Double drop kick. Into the pinfall again. Is it gonna be? No, one, hold on. Don't count Rose out. Rose is cool. I can't say anything about her redheaded friend, but Rose pretty cool. Pretty cool, not for nothing. Hina tried to get a shot there. Uppercuts, however, by Rose, but a reversal by Ogami. And that's the strength of the 2-time All-Star champion. No, already happened to V. And now it's dropping on Rose, too. Drag to the center of the ring. And doesn't quite go for a pin. Roll up. Sakura has no resiliency. Wait a minute. 1, 2. No, kick out. I thought Rose might have stolen it. But reversed the finish. And Sakura Ogami, what is this? Look at this combination. Strike. Knocking Rose out cold. There's no way you could have prepared for a match like this. But you can't doubt the grit that these two are showing here tonight. Tags going right back to no. I can read. Vanessa? Verosika. She's a competitor, right? That must be her. Couple knee strikes. Wait a minute. Dodge the second knee strike. That I don't think we've ever seen that before. Usually when that combo starts, that combo ends. And it ends with you getting down on the ground, Sakagami able to push away. And a tag made right back to Hina. Hina, who is the much fresher opponent, the freshest opponent in this match in terms of vitality. As again, Miss Greb able to put Hina in the corner. And we saw this earlier. A Falcon's arrow from outside to inside. Impressive show of strength. But will it be enough to turn this around for this team who are still at the disadvantage? Turn backwards. Throat to the turnbuckle. But look at that. Miss Greb able to get Hina caught unawares. Reversal right back. Hina goes for a, wait a minute, look at this, hold on. Into a drop kick. This lover of horror able to survive an onslaught with Hina, if only just barely. Uppercut. Rose a little bit faster than Sakagami. And goes after Hina too. I'm not sure if that was a good idea. I'm not sure that was a good idea. Stomps right to the back like, you need to focus on the legal competitor. Like, wearing Hina down is not the worst idea, but Ogami's right there, but I guess if you could take them both out. It gave Ogami enough time to recover. A shot to the back. Hina's a little groggy. But I'll tell you what, I think Rose might be a little groggier. Dodged the kick. That kick tried to jump off the ropes afterwards. No, Sakura stopped her, shoved her into the corner, slaps her in the face. But an elbow right to that repaired eye. Sakagami now in a suplex position. Oh no, it was a brain buster. 1, 2, kick out. Lord. Have mercy. Disgusting brain buster by Sakura Ogami. Dragged her right towards Miss Greb. I'm not sure what Sakura was going for there, but it looked like it was purely disrespect. Trying to hurt your friend right in front of your friend. Likely a play out of Hina's books, trying to snap the neck of Ogami. Goodness gracious. Went for a leg drop. Actually, look for a signature there, I think. And it got reversed. And it's enough to build up a finisher for Ogami. If she uses it, it could be all she wrote. Turn backwards. Face first. As she slumps down. We also have to keep in mind, no resiliency left. On V, as that boot. Right to the face. Bust her open. And walks right over to Sakura Ogami. This is once again, to anyone who's just joining us, not the match that we were supposed to start with. But it is certainly the match that we just got. No. Hey, you got to get in there now. You got to get in there now. Broke it up. Remember, submission wrestling has been saved. That could have been the end of this match. That could have been all she wrote as Sister Abigail lands. Call it. 1, 2. Hina and Sakura Ogami, first of all, beat up the OC Tag Team Champions on their way out. Medical likely checking on them right now. Sakura dropped both of these competitors on their heads. You gotta imagine after each of those pile drivers happened, neither of them were likely in their right headspace anymore, especially Rose after the brain buster shortly after. Was still able to kick out though. But then Hina meant business, lured Rose out and hit a nasty Sister Abigail to put an end to this matchup. 1, 2, 3. And that was it. Hey, hold on. No, that's enough. Come on, come on, come on. Hey, that's, and literally stood her up saying Sakura, throw her out. Hey, come, oh, come on. The match is over. What are they doing? Miss Grub down. Rose tossed into the ring. Come on. Break it. Break what? Oh, break it down, Brian. No, it's not break it down. It's break the arm. Wait, stop. Hey, hold on. Someone got to get out there. Hold on a minute. Like, this has gone too far. The Sakura situation was haha funny before. She was just out here attacking people left and right, but now these are like measured, brutal attacks, and then using the steel chair to get extra leverage on that arm. Goodness. Wait just a minute. That could only be one person, and thank goodness it's this person. Arrow finally on the scene. Sakura, listen to Arrow. I'll be real, I didn't expect that. This is the first time Arrow's been face to face with Sakura since that night, I think. If that ain't the truth. Yeah, get in there, Arrow. Yeah! No one was except for me. Well, Arrow couldn't have been there. Sakura was teleporting around. Oh. Hey, you know what? Tell her, Arrow. I'm about sick of Hina in this whole situation. I was so happy for Hina to be back. You tell me what you want, not her. Will Sakura even respond? I haven't heard Sakura talk since the day. I don't know if Sakura can talk anymore in this state of mind. Wait, hold on. Come on! For real, chill. Sakura was about to respond. And sliding those shoulders onto the mat after the sister Abigail. Why don't you show them what you want? What's up? No. Hey, no. Come on, Sakura, put the... That's not something I thought we'd ever see. That's not something I thought we'd ever see. I mean, we've seen something of its ilk, but that was the Swan. It wasn't actually Sakura Ogami, you know, blood and flesh. This was, while she's not, I don't think, in her right state of mind. Is it July yet? No. It's still June too, man. In Pride Month? Ogami? Or I guess more so Hina? I don't know how anyone feels about what just went on. I'm sure Gorey is upset for what happened to her staff. But that's like, we can sweep that that's like bottom tier upsetness. I was gonna say, I'm sure the tag team champions, the OC tag team champions, are probably upset that they were attacked as well. When it comes down to it, everything is underneath Arrow. Arrow has got to be hurt beyond compare. The shot to the head, physically, whatever. Emotionally, mentally, I can't imagine where Arrow's going to. We'll keep a close eye on this situation. Because now I was saying that this Sakura situation has gotten out of control. It's more than out of control. It's downright heartbreaking. Without further ado, we do have a show to carry on with. I'm going to try and bring the vibes back up. Zangief is guaranteed himself a shot against Dante at Scars and Stripes. Tonight, we see if anybody else makes their way into that match. Because we have an elimination fatal 4-way match, here's the deal. Dante said, hey, all comers are welcome. Zangief has already pinned Dante, so he said, you know what? Let's make you the championship contender, essentially. It will be Zangief if he wins this match, it will be one-on-one. However, if he loses, everybody who gets a pinfall in this match will be added to that championship match. Could be a smart decision from the manager. Is Dante really thinking with their, I was gonna say their head, but I guess their big old clock face? We'll find out, and we'll see how this match plays out as the Stars go black. And out first is the man who is guaranteed to be in the Fight Forever Championship match. Zangief. I need to actually mention this to my brother. I think my brother is a big fan of Zangief from Street Fighter, actually. Zangief has been here for a little bit now. I've not mentioned that to my brother. He has a couple favorite Street Fighter characters. I remember it's been maybe a decade since I've heard him talk about Street Fighter, but I know he has mentioned Zangief many times in the past. It's probably also why the name, when I was signing papers, came up. I was like, oh, Zangief? Yeah, sure, why not? I'm glad to say, or at least seem that he seems to be like a fine human being, but we'll see how it all plays out. From, I believe, Russia, Zangief is here, and who else is in this match? Hey, DK, we really got to do something about this. You are not a member of the IRC. That being said, I think DK has actually pinned, I don't know if he's pinned Zangief, but he has won a match that Zangief has been in. Ooh. As my backup headset actually falls over. I haven't used this thing in a long time. It's actually become my travel headset. I'll probably bring it with me. Or rather, I've already brought it with me. I took a vacation. I took a couple days to go back to Alola. I made a promise that I'd go and tour a facility. Very nice facility, very pristine. They help out Pokemon. I believe it's Aether Foundation. I don't remember the name of the building. Very nice people there, run by a very nice lady. Anywho. From the Father's Day tournament. And the first person, I believe, to ever win in the AWE proper. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, Sojiro Sakura is officially signed to the AWE. Sound good to me. Who knows where Sojiro might take this thing. If he makes his way, he could, what? 1, 2, like maybe 5 or 6 matches in, be a Fight Forever champion. When you think about it, he's got the longest, he is of 3 people, the longest history in the AWE. His first matchup dates back to the the first ever road to AV Mania. And I think that's such a fun full circle story, actually, because that first match, the power was cut in the building and in my setup, so it was really bad for real. But we were able to recover power. And we said, hey, if we're going to start the show off, I think we need to do something a little bit more exciting. We added another competitor, and it was Sub-Zero Sakura. So he has history, he has wins under his belt. In fact, he's only lost once to the Father of the Year, Father Dearest, Nigel Thornberry, who... Now, wait just a second. Claude is here, and Claude's actually here without his scheme team, which is interesting. You would think they would at least show up to back him up, but Claude acting on his own tonight. I wonder if that means the scheme team is done? That they realize, okay, yeah, this is not working out, let's go our separate ways? Or maybe they thought, hey, maybe tag teaming together is not the right ideal. I'm excited to find out how this plays out in that regard. I guess we will all see together. Claude, I was trying to get my my phone over here on the charger. Because she is low, I believe. Actually, I'm wrong. She's at 100%. I am so wrong. I like to make sure my phone is at least charging during the show because you never exactly know what could transpire during an AWE broadcast. Like, I'm certainly waiting to hear on what's going on with the arm of our competitors, how they're feeling essentially. But regardless, we got a match to call. This show started off in a little bit of a chaotic function, but hopefully we can get things dragged back on the rails here tonight. Ooh, dodged Zangief's move and went to moonsault Donkey Kong instead. I'm shocked that he's going after Zangief. Look at the size difference between Claude. A standard high flyer versus the big wall of meat that is Zangief. So Jiro going after, ooh, DK. I think really Claude's thinking, hey, here's the real scheme. If I can get Zangief out of this thing quick, and I can be the one to pinfall him, that means no matter what, I'm in that championship match at best. Ooh. Actually, there's a world where we have a fatal 5-way match since Zangief is literally in the match already. Zangief, however, I'm sure is, oh my gosh, this is just tearing away at the traps. I was going to say Zangief is 1,000,000% on board with trying to make sure that he himself walks out of this thing as the sole opponent for Dante. Dante is watching this backstage, I'm certain. Maybe hoping for the same thing, or maybe not, depending on what the match type is this decided at Fight, for the Fight Forever Championship at Scars and Stripes this coming Friday. Ooh, kick to the guts. You got to imagine, oh, reversal, pokes the eyes of DK. Anything goes in a matchup like this, normally I'd be like, Clyde, why are you not calling that? That's illegal. At least reprimand him a little bit. I know referee's discretion. Claude rolls out of the way. Big boot to Zangief. This is the best Claude has been in a little bit, and I wonder why. Maybe it's because his little scheming friends are not by his side. We talk about schemers. I think there might be a brand new team that you want to see scheming. I'm talking about the Ed Boys. More scammers than they are schemers, but you know, they scheme a little bit. Maybe a plan or a plot to make it to the top, but they're always in the middle because they're always getting caught. Not quite the Ed Boys with that vernacular, but it applies to them just the same as Claude. Reversing Zangief. DK getting tossed in the corner by Sojiro. Remember, Sojiro just this past Sunday, last Sunday, went through a grueling, hellish battle. Went through 2 fights, eventually did put down Jebriel. Wait a minute, hold on. Running power slam by DK. I wanted to point out that Zangief is down. If this DDT hits, it might go right into the chair. It's not. It's actually reversed. I gotta take control of the camera sometimes myself. Look at this, up and away and dropped. Well, it's still on them. That's kind of crazy. Taking a step back. Look at this. Oh man, running power slam again. Claude inside the ring. He's in pain and trouble too. Not even two. I digress. That was my mistake. Scoop slam to DK. As I was saying, we have a couple of people injured in this bout, and Sojiro might be feeling worse for wear after this. Show of strength by Zangief. Luckily, they didn't land right on the chair. But it might be... I think he went for that knockout blow. And reversal by Sojiro clothesline. Stood back up. And a running power. No, a cutter onto the chair. Wait a minute. Zangief might be down. 1, 2. Not even resiliency. He didn't have it is the $1 million thing. Stomp right to the midsection. I think Zangief was one of the only 2 people who didn't start this thing injured as DK's busted open. DK has been a strong competitor so far in his bouts. This could be the most important match of his career so far, though. Making a first impression, he's already done that. Actually, making your way to a championship match, that's where things get, I was gonna say, a little bit more dicey. That's not what I wanted to do. Oof. Dropped him with that. It was almost like a sling blade, rather, bulldog. And there's that reversal, and there's that pop-up power bomb. The house special by Sojiro. Little coffee and curry. Little LeBlanc bomb. Wait a minute. DK able to get out of that move, actually. That may have saved him in this matchup. Claude fired up. And Sojiro goes in the post. Right now, this is interesting because I don't believe any 4 of these men have fought for the Fight Forever Championship specifically. I was going to say any championship here in the AWE, but that's not entirely true. Claude has at least fought 1 time with Olivier for the tag team titles and into the barricade. Never 2-on-2 though. But no matter what, if Zangief doesn't win this thing, it will not be 1-on-1. We have to keep a track of pinfalls, and I think we're starting to get to the point where we're going to need to keep a track of pinfalls. Claude, the worst in terms of vitality, and now he's going to have to contend with 2 people who look like they're running after him. Drop kick to his body, but from behind, there is DK. Claude wisely rolling out. That might be a scheme nonetheless. Stop sign to the back of DK. He's holding his head. I think that might have hurt him way more than I think we thought. Sojiro missing that punch. Elbow! I think that was trying to go to DK, but it caught Sojiro on the way down. Clipped him with the elbow and a clothesline. Claude taunting to try and get some momentum back, but here we see in the corner calling for that punch, and it lands. Knocks Zangief. If this is resiliency, it's not a guarantee. It's not, first of all. I was going to say it's not a guarantee that we see this thing in. I was going to say it's not a guarantee that we see this thing become more than a 1v1, but I think that world is going to be hard. After we just saw, oh my gosh, DK just got rocked. Big stomp. Claude's there from behind, though, a stomp to the head. Oh no, no, no! He's trying to dismantle the arm of DK. Please don't do this. Not after what we saw earlier. Come on. Zangief must have gotten an idea. Oh, his throat. Dude, his throat. And what is this stop sign? Zangief rolled out of the way. If Zangief can put DK down, that's his one saving grace into the... Oh no, and he just tosses Claude into the thumbtacks. One. DK, what? Hockey stick in toe. We actually had Tartaro sign a bunch of the hockey sticks that we have here in the AWE. Oh, he's a dog. Sojiro just got his head dropped. Zangief is on something else tonight. 1-2. Sojiro kicks out. I saw he had no resiliency. I thought that was it. Claude rolls out of the way. A scheming clothesline. Crawls into the pinfall. It might be enough to burn resiliency on Zangief. 1, 2. It wasn't. What the heck? What honor? Someone tell me how Zangief still kicking out without resiliency. Tell me how. It just don't make sense to me. Tell me how. That man's got so much stamina. Dropped. Dead center of the ring. And here's the thing. So Jiro's certainly got to burn. 1, 2. Tell me how he's still kicking out before 3. Tell me how this man is dropping his head. Mamma mia. 07's to Claude. He's definitely burning. 1. Slow count, but he still had to burn. I thought the slow count was going to save him, but it did. It sure enough did not. Claude realizing, okay. There's some strength. Wait a minute. Roll up might be a part of a strategy. Zangief does not have resiliency. He kicked that at 1. He rolled him up into the thumbtacks. I think that might have woken Zangief up a little bit more, and I want to keep it a buck with you. Claude, he's got to start climbing. He's got to start jumping off the ropes. Or maybe he's got to start using his own power. Power bomb. Dead into the I almost called him spikes, but I guess that's not too far. Oh! Not too far off, goodness gracious. But there's Zangief right back up to his feet, overhand chop, knee strike to the gut, and a kick, and another kick right to the throat. And he's going after anyone that moves in this fight. This is a premier fighter. But DK, that's an animal right there. Couple of shots to the gut. None of these other 3 men have burned resiliency, but I'm gonna tell you what, any of the pinfalls at this point can burn resiliency. Except really probably on Zangief, but that might change right there with that move. DK going to the corner again. I think he just picked up. Oh, wait a minute. From behind, Claude trying to get roll-ups on everybody. 1, 2. Doesn't burn resiliency on DK either. Claude is trying to do his due diligence, but look at this. Swinging neck breaker, drop kick. Pinfall to Claude though. And that honestly might be enough. 1, 2. Claude saves his own self in this matchup too. But DK rages up. Big chop. Oh, you gotta imagine he might be going for that knockout punch. Big boot misses. Pop-up powerbomb reversed. And a back elbow by DK. But Sojiro catches that and plants. Okay, hold on. A lot is going on here, and I need to point out specifically, Zangief is in a terrible position because he's got no resiliency. That reversal, he needed it, but reversed it into a big belly to back. Claude fired up from taking DK down, but then gets a chair shot to the back of the head. I'm going to tell you what, that's actually probably enough. Claude celebrated at the wrong place at the wrong time, and he... Oh! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. He hit Sojiro from behind and DK took advantage and said, oh, yeah, knockout blow. It's that DK punch. Looking for a power bomb. Yo, Sojiro is in immense danger right now. When I say immense danger, I mean immense danger for real. Because he is getting suplexed left, right, up, down, front, and center all over the place. And look who's there waiting for him. DK with a hockey stick. Tossed into the back of the neck of Zangief. DK knows that he's still got to pin Zangief to get this job done. Zangief still kicks out. Oh my gosh, wait a minute. Hold on a second, y'all. We have ourselves a little bit of a show, don't we? So Jiro able to come back to his senses. Claude still firing himself up. And he's going for a toss onto DK, tossing him. Oof! Into the spikes. Claude almost broke up the pinfall there with that clothesline and broke it up right afterwards. Saving DK, realizing, hey, let me step out. I think he tried to go for his finisher there, but DK able to roll out of the way, and look who's celebrating the outside, saying, look at these. I can even flex through all of these thumbtacks wedged into my skin. Hold on a minute. We got to see what's going on over here. Switching this thing up. Into the thumbtacks, no! And so Jiro asking him to get back up. Come on, you gotta be kidding me. No. Drop kick, puts his body on the line. Calling for DK to get up. Inside the ring. Oh yeah, DK might be cooked. Pop up, power bomb, the house special. Into the pinfall, 1, 2. DK burns. I believe Sojiro still has resiliency, and Zangief as well. Stomp there. German position. Shot to the face, and again a shot to the face. Oh, hold on a minute. Up on the shoulders. Inside the ring, and Sojiro goes down. If that was into the pinfall, I'm gonna tell you what, Zangief's the only one with resiliency if Sojiro is the one that burns next. A couple of stomps to the face. Sojiro's crawling to the corner, and DK beating on his chest. He's saying, oh yeah, I'm ready, it's time. Went for a big boot, nobody home, kicked the back of the knee. And an elbow drop right afterwards. Wait a minute, and look who's there. Stepping back in, but just leaves DK to him. Claude, I need you to stop taunting. We got a whole bunch of shenanigans happening in the ring right now. Zangief into the ropes. But more importantly, I think Man's about to go down. DK the first one out of this fight, and a clothesline. Reckless abandon to Zangief. Oh, Claude, he's cooked. It's over. Claude's out next. We might have ourselves... Claude reversed the pop-up powerbomb in midair. He's a high flyer for a reason. He's getting dragged over to the ropes. Tornado DDT. And a drop kick to Zangief. Claude is struggling as he rolled into the thumbtacks. Trash can dropped on him. Stomp! Oh my gosh, no, that was a knee strike to the face. And more damage, and he is writhing in pain. Claude desperate to try and bring some gold to the Scheme team, trying to give them some notoriety. Sojiro. Now, oh my god! Onto the top of the head. That was awful. That was awful and terrible. Now going after Claude. Drops him on his back. Calls, I think, for the end of Claude, to be honest. But again, Claude reversed that on more than one occasion. Clothesline puts him down. On a clothesline from that man's with an injured body. That might be it. 1, 2. He's dead. He started seeing stars at that point. Zangief is so close to making sure this thing is one-on-one. So Jiro is gonna have to fight his way. If this is resiliency, but he hasn't taken a big move in so long. They avoided hitting big moves on. He didn't use resiliency. It's a triple threat at Scars and Stripes. I thought, admittedly, Zangief had this thing done. After that nasty just clothesline, that meat clothesline, that 100% Angus clothesline to Claude, and he just stayed down, motionless for a second there. I was like, okay, yeah, he's got this. But now it is a triple threat match. Zangief could not keep it one-on-one. It is now Zangief, Sojiro Sakura, and Dante in a triple threat match this Friday at Scars and Stripes for the Fight Forever Championship. He may not be a father dearest, but he's got an opportunity at gold just like Nigel does. Sojiro, what else can I say other than best of luck to you? You just pinned Zangief. If you do the same thing, potentially. I don't know what kind of match type it's gonna be. You never really know. But there's a world where Sojiro, Mr. Sojiro Sakura could get the job done and essentially say, hey, I'm Fight Forever champion. I'm excited. We'll see how it all plays out. That being said, my water bottle is almost empty. But we will see how this thing plays out in just a moment. It is going to be Iba versus I don't know who. We're gonna find out together shortly after I get my water, because it is definitely hot. A little notification popped up on my phone and said warming over the next 2 days, and I was like, it's already 90 degrees. I don't want to hear warming over the next 2 days. Please stop this. I'm suffering. So I'm gonna fill my water, and I'll be right back with your next match. Okay, so I have these like BTS. I've mentioned this. All the AVs I think have pretty much talked about this. Hey, well hold on. Actually, hold on. as the stars, give me the stars real quick. I didn't look at this. At the top, it's got like a picture of the brown sugar cinnamon pancakes, and they have like a brown sugar cinnamon like filling in the pancake, and I'm like, what the heck? I gotta try something like that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. Aiba's in action. I was like, why is Sage coming out? But there she is. Aiba had to fall in line. Now, there are people in this AW who have a great respect for Aiba. A lot of people are saying this is not the path that they want to see Aiba walk down. And a lot of people are calling her out to try and say, hey, I'll fight you and I'll get to Sage if I need to help you out. Kaname Date failed her. It really sucks to say it, but he got pinned by Sage. Tonight, apparently somebody else wants to come to Aiba's aid. I'm not sure how well that's going to work out in her favor. We will see. But as you bring me back a little bit, I actually went backstage and talked to Bernice. Because, for real, don't forget, On has to make a decision, and it seems like Sage isn't worried about that at all. And wait a minute. The recently returned Kizzy. I was gonna say Kizzy doesn't really have any. Mizuki! That makes more sense. I was gonna say, ladies and gentlemen, Kazuna just came back. Mizuki, much closer with Aiba, however. And I guess maybe Mizuki saying, "Hey, look, as an assist for me, as my friend, if you could please do something about this." Kizzy, here tonight. I don't know how Aiba's gonna focus with Mizuki by her side as well. Anywho, like at the end of the day, Aiba's low-key Aiba Date. She's a part of the Date family, just like Mizuki is. That being said, as I was talking about, and we'll talk about during the duration of this matchup because it's actually an important point, and actually a surprising point that Bernice made. And I think it's something that I need to bring to you guys verbally. I talked to Bernice while approving the match for Scars and Stripes, while approving Hu Tao. Look at this, they're just staring each other down. While approving Hu Tao versus Bernice for the All-Star Championship this Friday night. What Bernice said is she knows On is gonna come out. She said she's not even worried about Sage and On challenging Sage. She said specifically, if On was really honest about what she said when she first came out here to the AWE, about how she wanted to help right the wrongs, help turn this whole company around, then she would go after Sage. Literally somebody who tried to take out Aiba by the knee told her to fall in line, seems to be trying to build some sort of enterprise where she is at the top and everyone else falls in line behind her. An evil enterprise, something that another group should probably fight. She said if On were to do that, she would be true to her word. And then she said, however, I know that she's gonna come after me or Hu Tao. Without a shadow of a doubt, she's coming after me or Hu Tao, because she's not a savior, she's not a hero, she's the biggest hypocrite in the AWE. In saying that, I think there actually is going to be a lot of eyes on Sage this Friday and on the winner of Hu Tao versus Bernice, because there is a real world. Will On go after Sage? Will On take on this enterprise that's building with Sage, her father, and now Aiba, who was forced to fall in line? All these questions are really true, because if she does that and Crack the Whip go after them, it's real. That's real sauce. I was like, okay, on and this crack the whip, it is real. What they said is not like just bloated dialogue to help the people fall at their side. And they have done I guess a one good thing in like getting information on Sakura Ogami, and so it's like a mixed bag because they've also done some real cheating in their matches. Some legit cheating, at least in their tag team matches, when they're all out there for each other. That being said, if she picks Sage, I think we may have to look at that group and say, okay, they are about doing the right thing. They are trying to take down this Eggman enterprise, this Robotnik enterprise. I'm not entirely sure what is going on with that regard, but I think I kind of gotta agree with Bernice. Look at Kizzy though, drop kick. Which brings me back into this matchup. The wrong organization for the AWE. We're talking about Eggman, who's getting onto the ropes, removing turnbuckles. We got them cheating more than I feel like in a single match. Crack the Whip would do their cheating. When it comes to that bell ring, it seems like getting the job done is what they need to do. Oh, but reversal by Iba, and Kizzy gets put down. But Kizzy with a reversal. Oh no, was trying to reverse, but instead got rolled into a triangle by Iba, actually. Goodness gracious. Kizzy desperately trying to build up that finisher now. A little gyration, a little hip rotation. Still dancing? What is she doing? What's this combination here? Oh! She done knocked her out cold. She was like, Oh, walla 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 whack, and then sends Iba flying. All right. You gotta imagine if you're Sage, that's gotta rile you up a little bit. You gotta be upset. You have to be upset. Iba, however, not letting this thing fly, not letting herself get busted and beat up quickly and lickety split by Kizzy, who had just returned in a Gauntlet Eliminator match. Did not fare too well coming in late and getting hit by finisher after finisher. Actually, I think got pinned by Haru. Haru has been like a real interesting connecting pin to a lot of returns and people who are getting like big time matches. Count of 7. Count of 8. Kizzy rushes back in. Iba. Was it a count of 9? But instead, Kizzy tried to go for that kick. I think she was trying to go for the finisher there. Kizzy able to roll from behind. Kizzy kick! Halves of 2 holes, but not able to capitalize. Eggman yelling at Kizzy saying, oh, you want to go and get her? Go ahead. Fine by me. Iba slowly already getting back to her feet, able to roll over. I'm not sure if that's going to be resiliency anymore. 1, 2. Eggman brought her enough time to not get resiliency. And you have to imagine, is this what falling in line gets you? Because that was certainly about to be game over for Iba. And now I'd be willing to say that she has a real chance because she's already got a signature built up if she wins this exchange of blows. Or even ties in this exchange of blows. It's looking good for her. She's going to have another finisher built up too. Nobody's giving up. Nobody's giving a single shot up. Not a single one. Just slaps and chops after chops. Iba finally gets one. Fires back. And I think that might be enough to get her the win in this exchange of blows as well. Gets Kizzy's head down to orange. To red. And she might be gone. With the help of Eggman. She climbs up to the top rope, and this thing of beauty, we've seen it before. Wow. Kizzy burns. Kizzy burns resiliency, and she sets up for the Somnium Slam. But reversal by Kizzy. Last second. Shot to the face. If she's able to hit that Kizzy kick again, right now, Iba's got no resiliency. Up, around, sends her flying, sends her round. Body gets dropped. I was gonna say I would go for the pin. It's late doors. 1. What? 1? Klee saying it's not about to be one now. Kizzy kick gets caught the ankle. Aiba saying, you got me once, you're not gonna get me again. And again, yanks her head back for, she might have to tap. She might have to tap. Kizzy trying to fight through. A couple of shots right to the head, right to the jaw of Aiba. And a big chop by Kizzy. She does still have the signature ready. Eggman has been such a boon for her. Skull-crushing finale. Stood back up. That full Nelson facebuster may have rocked Aiba senseless into the corner now, lifting her high into the sky. Oh my gosh, look at the flexibility. And Aiba is stunned, but rolls towards the ropes. Kizzy instead says, you're not going all the way there. Climbs all the way up, calls, I think, for Aiba to get up. Aiba up on her feet, can't do anything about this missile dropkick. Kizzy's firing all cylinders here tonight, but again, reversal of the signature, and that may have cost her. A shot to the guts. Powerbomb position. And look at this, hold on, turn around. Face buster. Aiba, you would Mizuki now. Yelling at Aiba saying, what are you doing? What are you doing with them? Come on, you don't have to just fall in line. Brought Kizzy enough time for Aiba to maybe rethink what's going on here, but she lost a match. An agreement is an agreement. And a Kizzy kick doesn't land again. Pops her up, sends her down. Kizzy, who had started this thing on all cylinders, started this thing going crazy. She is now in the drop zone. Aiba climbs up. And Kizzy's not going to go down. She's on her feet. Oh my gosh, nothing but net. That leg drop from the top. And no resiliency. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Kizzy gets out at 2 point, maybe 8, maybe not quite 2.9. But I thought top rope move, driving her head right in there, was gonna be enough, but instead, Somnium Slam. No, not Somnium Slam. It's the Sig. And she's trying to make her tap out. She's trying to make Kizzy give up. And Kizzy might just do so. She's trying to hold on. She's been in that thing. Oh, she does! I told you guys submission wrestling is back. And you have to imagine, that might have been an order directly from Sage. Aiba could have gone for the Somnium Slam there, but instead she said, you're gonna give up to me. And that's, we've seen in this matchup, Aiba go for way more, like, I don't want to say way more submissions, because she goes for submissions sometimes, but she was going for more dastardly, not dastardly, but more damaging submissions. I'm talking about this, where you really only have your hands left to you. I'm talking about the triangle. Try and literally just sap the life from you, try and choke you out, maybe leave you with brain damage. You can see Mizuki staring at the camera. You know she's not too happy about this. Eggman, Sage, and Aiba. They're on top of the world. Or more notably, are they just making sure that this is their world? I don't know, but unfortunately I think together we're all gonna find out whether we like it or not. Now, we had one tag team match that ended up very chaotically and not so great, but we got another one that actually does have a little bit of history. If you'll walk and talk with me, I'll tell you all about it. As the stars go black, it is Aiba and Klee. It is Mona and Cherry, and let's talk about it. About a year ago, at Ticket to Paradise, Klee actually teamed up with Mona and with Cherry. The three of them against Deity Miku, against Hu Tao, and against Futaba. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean? What does it mean? Let me tell you what it means. During that thing, Klee got decimated, victimized, brutalized by Deity Miku. And I'll tell you what, it was in a parking lot. Klee was left bloodied, shattered through glass. But apparently Klee was actually, from my knowledge, in on it. In fact, from Klee, what I've been told is, yeah, Miku was actually very hesitant about it, and she said it was all Mona's plan anyway. And Alice said, "Oh, is that right? How about I set up a friendly 2v2 with us?" I don't know how friendly this is gonna be. I don't think during the entirety of this that Mona ever expected any of the witches to show up. But instead, she now has to deal with Alice. And I know what Alice is capable of. I wish I knew more of what Alice is capable of. But I'll leave it alone. I'm gonna try and tone down my MILF loving digressions for the future, for the near future at least, until I feel like it is probably better for me to do it again, which may be never, who knows. Cherry and Mona have had an interesting year as well. They have been battling the IRC for a better part of this year. Came up with a big victory against them, competed for the titles at Ticket to Paradise. Were not the team that got the pin though, or rather that got pinned. It was indeed Haru. Like Crack the Whip said, Cherry kicking, oh Cherry, I don't know if kicking Klee in the face was a good idea immediately while Alice was staring at you. That sounded like a death sentence to me. In fact, they should probably just let Alice tag in as soon as possible, because I don't even think, you know what? It is what it is. I know Alice knows it's a wrestling match, but I feel like Alice is the one to hold grudges. As long as they don't injure Klee, I think it's fine. Alice knows what her baby can do in the ring. Klee is a former Fight Forever champion. Klee is also a former SmackDown Women's Champion. I think she is the only person in the history of the AWE to win a WWE title. Not the only person to win a title from a different wrestling company is Arrow before we turned that title into DDT to Klee. Before we turned that title into the United Bull Championship, it was a Moko Mojiro's title from her wrestling organization. Keep that in mind. To say that Klee could not be having a worse start is true. Is true. Went into the ropes. Klee finally gets a reversal. She's really done no damage to either Cherry or Mona. Maybe, I think Klee likes selling moves. I think Klee is a saleswoman. I think she loves to sell. Well, now she's selling a guillotine. Oh my gosh. Okay, well now it kind of feels like they're bullying poor Klee. You can tell Alice is looking over there. You can see a death glare under that hat. Oh no. Should be alright. Klee will be fine. Into the corner. You gotta imagine Klee is very, Alice more so I think is probably desperate to make a tag here. And you can feel the aggression on that kick to the guts. She was like, okay, yeah. I'm about to wreck somebody. And unfortunately, Cherry is now in her crosshairs. And I think Cherry is starting to realize, okay, hold on a minute. She's way tougher than her mom. And now they're making frequent tags. Saying, Klee, honey, get the knees up. And she sure does. And it goes right after Klee. You know, Cherry's like, you know what? I know how to pick my fights. I can beat a child. Can you, though? Cherry now stunned. Overhand strike. Into the corner. Didn't go for the tag this time. Goes for a scoop slam. Cherry jumps over. Maybe a little ghostly levitation to help with getting over Klee there. Was very clean in that regard, in that motion. A couple of shots right to the head. Up and over into an armbar. Hold on a minute, Klee. She said submission wrestling is back, baby. Stood back up. Here's the corner. Cherry starting to take a little bit of damage, so going to tag in Mona, not a bad idea. These two been working together for a little while now, have been talking for who knows how long. Back up to her feet. Couple of kicks, open strikes, and a suplex going and not landing. Klee gets out of it. Shot to the back of the knee. Overhand strike and a shot to the face. Klee does have a signature at the very least, so ooh, I was gonna say being able to hit Mona, but Mona only a shot or two away from having a signature herself. Klee tried to, I think, use something to get herself back into this. Ooh! That almost knocked Cherry down. Cherry had to jump out of the way. She almost had a clothesline on both of them. And a tag's been made to the mother of Klee. The greatest, I was gonna say the greatest mother of all time. She's a very good mother. She would do anything for her baby girl. And now Alice is doing what she does best. Rolling out of the way. Mona trying to get a quick pinfall on her. I'm going to tell you what, she has been in the match for less than 30 seconds probably. Oh, but it doesn't take more than 30 seconds to get yourself knocked down. And I think when she missed that drop kick, she may have hurt something on her. Looks like she was clutching her lower midsection or maybe her knee. I'm not entirely sure. It was something in the lower half of the body, causing her some amount of pain. Oh, but I'll tell you what, Mona might be feeling more pain than she is as she's lifted up and dropped onto the knee, trying to separate that shoulder as the tag's made back to Klee. And Cherry also in this matchup. Cherry's got a signature. In fact, 3 ladies in this matchup have signatures right now. Klee is not one of them, but if this combination of hits lands, then Klee very well may be out of that. And oh, reversal catches the arm of Cherry. Klee showing that wrestling prowess we were talking about earlier, but now in, reversal right back. Oh, hold on. The back and forth now. Klee is fired up. And more notably, Klee tried to push Cherry into the ropes. Cherry able to get the foot up. Klee into the corner. And a tag is made to Mona. And a shot right to the guts of Klee. And Mona now going for it. Oof! I'll tell you what, Klee's in trouble. That move, Klee is in trouble. And I'll tell you what, she might be going for that tag team finisher. No, reversal by Klee. Able to save herself, but reversal right back. Mona back in control. Reversal of, I'm not sure if that wasn't the finisher. That felt like it could have been a finisher reversal, but it was not the finisher. Into the, hold on a minute. Klee got a finisher. She tried to use it with her mom. It did not work. She tried to go for the Klee. It did not work, and Klee is now busted. Oh, dude, you could see right after that, Alice was furious. Alice was upset, dude. Into the corner. Klee actually does not have resiliency. They're beating up a child. No. Mona. No! We've seen her do this before. Wait. Klee reversed the finisher. That was Mona's finish. She either goes for that Stars Align knee, or she goes for that move, the, wait a minute. A win for a shot there, too. Klee trying to save herself from being stunned. I think that double stomp might do it. No, she's a hair away. She's going to need to get a reversal in or a tag in. Mona looking to tag Cherry. No, she's coming to the top rope. But now she has to contend with Alice. Alice. I think Alice was trying to use the Soul Siphon, it sounded like. Use some magic on her end. And Mona who gets reversed and her neck goes onto all 3 ropes. You gotta imagine Alice would be waiting to get her hands on Mona after getting that information from Klee. But sweeps the leg, Klee saying, I got you, mommy. Just like she did at the Mother's Day tournament. Helped her beat Bayonetta in the first round. And look at that on the outside of the ring. Alice climbing on the top rope. I think directing Klee saying, get her out of the way. Oh, it didn't direct her well enough. But it did actually force Mona to go up and against the barricade there. Count of 1. Count of 2. Everyone stepping out of the way. Count of 3, and now we're seeing magic draining from Mona Magistus. Mona hits Klee on the way down, though. Hits Klee on the way down. We're at count of 5. Count of 6. Mona gets tossed to the side. 7. Step back in. Alice already celebrating as we're at count of 8. Sammy begging Mona to get back in this thing. 9. Is she up to her feet yet is the $1 million question. Oh, she is. I didn't even know she was in the ring. Alice sure did, though. Alice does not have a finisher, but she just needs one more hit, and she's got it now. Scoop slam. No. Puts her in the Tree of Woe position. Mona with reversal. I was going to say not something we see very often. Rolls out of the way. Looks for that uppercut. Look at that. Tornado DDT. Dropping Mona right on the hat. It is a battle of mage hats right now. Goodness gracious. Snatching at the temples. And oh my gosh, what is wrong with Mona? Goodness gracious. Looked like she snapped her out of reality. And whoa, there goes gravity. Oh, she got the knees up. She got the knees up. Caught her again, a Hurricane Rana. Okay, the two of you are having a little back and forth. I see you. Are we about to see Mona become the better mage between the two? No, Alice said no. You gonna sit down. Keep your back on the mat. Whoa, whips herself out of the way. She was going for that Stars Align kick. We saw that setup super kick almost land. Tag does not land. Sends her into the corner herself. Takes a step back and actually makes a... Nope, I lied. Looked like she was going to make a tag and instead double knees. She hurt her knee on that. Wait a minute. She hurt her knee on that. You can't hurt your knees, Mona. Yeah, your finisher is literally some knees. Speaking of knees, the knees go up. From behind, Klee drags Mona down, and just like that, this match has completely turned itself on its head. It was all about bullying Klee, and now it's slowly become about bullying Mona here tonight. Off the ropes. Fly-in clothesline, or I guess falling clothesline. Mona comes right back up to save herself from getting, losing herself, resiliency. Not resiliency, I'm sorry. Losing herself that stun bar did not work in her favor. What are they doing together here? In the arm, a little mother-daughter kick. Little mother-daughter kick right back down. Alice walking out with Mona. Sammy doing a fine job of calling this chaotic matchup. We have another one right after this one that I'm looking forward to, a battle of the spears. It'll be Rinkah versus... Ooh! Got her! Star told fate. And we may be looking at the... Oh! Stars align right afterward. Count of 6. Alice has no resiliency. But at the very least, Klee can come in. No, she's not done. Hold on a minute. She's going all the distance, isn't she? Begs for Alice to get up. Drop kick lands as well. You saw Alice try to turn around to Klee. Tried to turn around. 1, 2. I actually think Alice was going to kick out. After the signature, after the finisher, and after the missile dropkick, I think Alice was actually going to get out of that without Klee. I think she was. And that's perfect for Mona, who may be looking to hit another... Ooh, okay. Look at these uppercuts. Open hand uppercut. Open palm strikes right to the jaws. Firebomb position. Nobody home. Versus by Alice. Alice has been unable to hit those big moves. Neither is Klee, admittedly. But they have been wearing down Mona. If they can hit one on Mona, Mona is in incredible danger. Cherry, however, I need to point out, has so much vitality. She is doing good. She's like, yep, I'm just ready if you need me. I'm here. Face first of Alice. Goes into the turnbuckle. You gotta imagine maybe Mona is taking out some of the aggression that she has on her master on Alice right now. Saying, send this to the old hag. Up, around, and Cherry gets planted with a DDT. We have seen Cherry is actually kind of the weakness of, shockingly, Neru. Which is crazy because, you know, Neru, we saw it doesn't have many weaknesses. Count of 1. Alice stands right back up. Knocks Cherry senseless. Went for a combination of strikes there, Cherry. Instead, sweeps the leg. You have to imagine there also may be a world where Alice's dress is actually getting in her way. Wait a minute. It's a count of 6. If Cherry doesn't throw Alice back in there, I was gonna say it's gonna be a count out victory, but she does. Cherry wants the win via pinfall, and it looks like, at the very least, we've got resiliency burning here. 1, 2. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me? You mean to tell me? What are they going for here? Mother and daughter, what are they doing here? Diving together! Well, I'll be... I can't believe it. They've actually immediately turned this thing around. Especially if Klee is able to hit the finisher here. No. She was going for bombs away, reversed by Cherry. Cherry might have been lying in wait saying, I know who the weaker competitor really is. Drops Klee on her head. Or you know what? I keep putting these potential like bad faith words. These four might just be having a fun match together. At least that's probably what's going through Klee's mind. Tag's been made. Might be a little bit more for Alice, though. Alice is like, oh yeah, we're having a fun match together, and I might hurt Mona a little bit extra. Just like her daughter. Bombs away. Doesn't go for the pin. I think that might prove my point. She's like, I'm going to hurt her a little bit. Maybe a little bit more than a little bit. And I think that's exactly what she's doing. Hey, you not gonna hit that from here. She would have hit that from here. Y'all saw how far away that was? She tried to go for the stars align kick. Reversal right back by Alice. Hold on a minute. Audience starting to go on their feet for these back-to-back reversals. I do need to point out, Mona does have... she's sitting on 2. Cherry is also sitting on 2. Alice and Klee, they ain't got nothing. Well, that's not entirely true. Klee does have one finisher. She could have that clean knee. She could go for that Petaclee. We'll see what the plan is here. She might not go for any of it. In the corner, she might just go for another tag. Not gonna happen. Mona a little too fast for waist lock and a German suplex. Oh man, Klee crumpled, dude. Did you see how she, like, after she was down, she was like, oh, I'm not living anymore. Tag. And look at this over the top. Ooh, okay. Sauced on her a little bit and tagged very quickly made right back to Mama. I tell you what. Stood back up. Cherry tried to get the advantage there. Cherry was able to hit one of those two. What is going on here? Again, she loves herself the trio well. I think more than any other superstar, not for nothing. and it's worked out for her just as much as any other superstar. 0 times. Look at this. Popped up, but this time reversed by Alice. She got to finish her reversal. Cherry, however, right back with a combination and a Pele. Tags made to Klee. Klee from behind, though. Waist lock. German the back of her head. Went on that bottom turnbuckle. There have been some real precise, targeted moves in this matchup. Using the ropes and the turnbuckle to the advantage. Double axe doesn't hit. When I talked about precision, I certainly didn't mean that. Wait a minute. I think she was trying to go for that clean knee. But I think actually Cherry was able to get the reversal. Has her up. But reversal right back by Klee. Able to stay on her feet. Klee now in maybe a desperate mode. Going for a suplex snap style. Tag's been made back to Alice, and I want to point out nobody's burned resiliency in this fight. This has slowly become not one for the ages, but I'll tell you what, these two tag teams. It looked like Mona was low-key trying to distract Alice there for a second. Bide some time for Cherry, but look how much that worked out for you. I don't know if it worked out that well at all. Double knees right to the spine. The advantage they had for Cherry's sake is now officially gone. Klee tagging in, but a tag's made to Mona. Cherry forced to roll to the outside, but hold on a minute. Again! Startled fate to Klee. Alice is gonna, I think, have to come in here. No, Klee kicks out. She knew her daughter well. She said, no, my baby girl's got that. She said she got that. She eat that for breakfast. Oh, she's gonna have to come in to help her here, though, because this is the stars align. She ducked it. Klee got the head down at the last second, pops over, sends her flying towards the center of the ring. You gotta imagine Klee might be thinking, it's time to go diving with mommy again. They send her to the center of the ring. They have a chance, a real shot at victory here. Mona has no resiliency. Does she get it after this move? She still doesn't. If for some reason Cherry does not come in, certainly Cherry's gonna come in. Lamau, broken up ASAP. If another finisher is hit onto Mona and she does not burn resiliency, because they may be going for 2 in a row now. It's not happening, at least not right now. Instead, perfect positioning instead for this. Last time Klee was able to reverse it. This time, it looks like mommy's not in as good a position. Superplex into Falcon's arrow, and I want to point out now, Klee? Klee just stepped in and said, no, she's got it, and she did not have it. She absolutely did not have it. That may be what cost the end of this matchup. No, reversal. Reversal now. Mona is the one in danger. Turns her over. Oh, twisting. If she goes for the, I was going to say if she goes for the pin after that, that might be Mona doesn't have resiliency. Mona still hasn't worked up resiliency. Ooh, okay, Mona. Off the ropes, back elbow doesn't land. In fact, she really just walked away from it. She said, Samoa Joe, I know that guy. Turn around again. Oh, I think she was going for the tag team finisher, actually. Oh, Mona reversed the tag finisher, which means, I was gonna say, they might be trying to make theirs. As the shoulder goes into the post. That's gonna make it way harder to kick out. And I'll tell you what, Alice might be down as Mona runs at her with the knees and the double feet right to the heart. Struggling, gasping, no tag made to either of the opponents that can't come in. Reversal the last second by Alice. And I think wisely going for the tag to Klee. Saying, you gotta end this, daughter. You have to finish this. Mona still has a finisher. Klee's gonna have to work to get up a signature. But Mona stands up, rolls up. I'm sorry, hold on a minute. Klee got out of that, and it hits a big axe kick from the little lass. And she's saying, second verse, same as the first. Went for a punt, but it didn't work. Mona able to catch her Hurricane Rana. You gotta think Mona's thinking about a tag at this point, but yes, she does. Alice is the big target, but at this point, wait a minute, roll up onto Klee. One. Kick out. I was gonna say Klee's actually pretty fine. In terms of vitality, not in terms of body damage, she's starting to feel it. But in terms of pure vitality, she's still doing fairly well. Reversal. Turned around. Wait a minute. Clean knee! Got every ounce of it right on the jaw. Stands Cherry up. Sends her into the corner. No. Cherry with the reversal. Able to save herself. No. Reversal right back. I think Cherry was actually going for a signature. That was a major boon for Klee. Scoop slam. No, a fall-away slam. Okay, this matchup has been going on for a while. You gotta imagine that these two might be on the... any of these four actually might be on the verge of injury here. And this may be on the verge of the end of this matchup. They get the tag team finisher. What is their tag team finisher? Popped up. Assisted Star Told Fate. One. I thought for a second Alice was just gonna get in there and stare too, but it did not happen. I was almost certain. Up to the top rope. Wait a minute, we've seen Mona do this from time to time. Insane elbow doesn't land. Stood her right back up. Not quite a German, just drops her on her neck. Klee realizing I might have to tag to Mother, just keeping those tags open. Wise decision making. What is she doing here? It does land. She does get all of it. I would go for the pin right afterwards at this point. Mona is beaten down pretty good. Oh, but she said, don't worry. If she can't hit it, I will. Bombs away. Said Cherry, get in here. Why don't you? Because here's the deal. Now they have 2 finishers. If they hit one on Mona to burn resiliency and another just to end the match, that's it. That's all she wrote. That being said, Mona's on her A game tonight, for real, for real. Mona is on her A game tonight. Walks to the corner. And doesn't go. That was, admittedly, smart decision. That was the right decision. That was not the only decision. She could have taken the advantage while she had the momentum, but it was the right decision, making sure that tag was still available for her, because here, Klee's gonna try and hope that Alice can kick out, and she couldn't. Cherry pins Alice tonight. Mother pins Mother. Alice took a thwacking from everyone after Klee took a thwacking early on. Early doors. Klee was getting beaten up pretty bad. Afterwards, Alice said, no, I'll take all the damage, it's fine. And she couldn't handle it. But admittedly, that was a good Mother move, saying, hey, no, make sure that I'm the one taking all these finishers. We saw this, always a thing of beauty from Mona, that superplex right into that Falcon's arrow. Shades of Seth freaking Rollins with that one. And this was a major turning point. Klee walked in, she did not break up the pin. She was like, oh, never mind, you got it. And she did have it, but it cost her resiliency, as Cherry was the one to pick up the win for this team. Congratulations to Cherry and Mona. Big tag team victory for the both of them. I was gonna say that team of 2, Klee and Alice, they suffered a humiliating countout victory against the other 2 members, Mitsuri and Midnight of Crack the Whip. I'm just saying. I didn't even see her get injured, but maybe that's all Alice was. She was like, injured? Great, don't mind if I do. Give me the stars. In a tag team division this hot, you don't want to catch an injury. I'm gonna just keep it at that. That being said, we move on. Last week, we saw a backstage conversation. Rinkah and Yukiko laughing it out, just having a good time, saying, hey, you should fight that Erza Scarlet girl. Her spear might rival yours. And management said, heck yeah! Get them stars, Black. You better believe we about to have a 1v1 here tonight. I can't say that Erza has been undefeated because she did get taken down by Yukiko. But it was in honor of bringing submission wrestling back. Tonight, Rinkah said, it's not about submissions, it's about spears, baby. So let's see all the spears we can. It is going to be a spear roulette. It is a spear gauntlet. It is going to be spear after spear. And who's here? Me. Me, baby. Rinkah. I did not get a chance to talk to, actually. I did hear from Bernice that there's no bad blood in the Flame Tribe right now. Everyone understands the situation. This 1v1 that's happening, no matter what happens, they've got each other's backs. That All-Star title is not going to tear them apart. On's not going to tear them apart. I really am surprised, but Bernice, surprisingly enough, solid leader. I guess really you can't judge a book by their cover. Rinkah just recently speared after speared Flair in a tag team match. Then went after Gorey, but in a more friendly variety. Didn't go for broke. Didn't murder Gorey. In fact, Gorey and Rinkah had a 1v1 where Gorey actually did pin Rinkah. The underdog in that fight. Rinkah's been taking it easy though, saying, you know what? It's not all about schmurder. It's about having a solid experience, making a solid story, Rinkah did the job that night. Tonight, she's not doing the job. She said, it's time for some spears. Because we had one powerhouse, and now Erza is here. Erza Scarlet from Fairy Tail has surprisingly been making waves through the ranks. Debuted not too long ago when Bernice was trying to find a bunch of people to fight Rinkah. I'm sorry, not fight Rinkah, fight Yukiko in submission matches. She showed up, not as a submission specialist, but did end up winning that matchup. And even captured Yukiko's attention, saying, okay, I need to do a little bit better. But I'm very happy that the match went the way that it did. I'm very excited to see how this thing plays out. It is spear versus spear. No submissions this time around. No Flame Tribe by her side. Rinkah said, I got this one-on-one. I don't want any distractions, and I know I don't want her to get distracted. I want to see who's the best at dealing out and dishing out this spear. Early doors. Erza, oh, she's got a stage 2 injury. Submission matches will do that to you. Well done. Luckily, this is just a spear match. This may not last as long as we think it will. We may be going on to our main event very quickly. I said it's about to be spear after spear. It may be one spear, depending on how well Rinkah does right here, right now, rolling up into a pinfall. It's still just one. Not even one, rather. There's one. Reversal right back. One. Reversal right back. I actually would stay in that thing for a lot longer, personally. Even if it means like, oh, I'm scared I might actually get to 2 or 3. Because you get some of that that energy from the crowd, that blue bar, that momentum. As Rinkah takes a step back, Erza can't see exactly what's going on here. Actually waited for her to get up, saying, you know what, she's hurt. I'll give her a second to breathe. Great competitor. We love Rinkah for that. However, rolled her right on her head. That's one. Almost got a 2 out of her. That's the deal here. Keep in mind, Erza is hurting. And that head is hurting. And now Rinkah going right after that head, which is hurting. Climbing up, calling for Erza to get up. She stood right there, and a spear through the ropes! We said it was going to be spear after spear, and we may have been right. Caught the leg into the choke slam. Erza, oh boy. Hey, Erza, you got to dodge this one. I don't know what to tell you. I know you're hurt, but you got to take a sidestep, girly. Oh, she got the knee up instead. Able to reverse the spear. Got hit by one through the ropes, but instead didn't get the full power one. The running spear from Rinkah. The devastating move, and look at this. Erza now. The one with a signature flying forearm. Stands her back up. If she can hit the sig. Oh, Rinkah reverses the signature, but I do want to point out Erza's very close to having the finisher. Rinkah was doing a little bit of shimmy in a corner. But I'll tell you what, Rinkah also very close to having a sig as well after reversing the signature. Boots pushing Erza away. Erza fighting her darndest. If she didn't start with an orange head, you got to imagine that this matchup would have been much more even at this point in time. Oh my god, her out of midair! Did you see that? Erza was jumping at her. Rinkah caught her and scoop slammed her like she was nothing. Like she was like a child trying to jump at their parents saying, catch me. She jumped at Rinkah, and Rinkah said, oh yeah, I'll catch you. And slam you down. Oh, what is, oh, wait a minute. Might be a turning point here if she can land this. Hurricane Rana sends Rinkah flying nearly all the way across the ring. One. Turning point. But that did build up the finisher for Erza. If Erza can get into a corner or get a running start, she can hit that spear on Rinkah, and just like that, it could be a pretty even match. Up on the shoulders. Rinkah, however, with the reversal, a couple of shots to the head. Went for the choke slam, looks around, actually looked back at the ramp before it lands. Flush. Stands her back up. Erza, come on, girly. Erza, you got this. You got something. Oh, she got. Oh, she jumped over the spear. Second spear dodged. Incredible counters from these spears as well. Got the knee up into Rinkah's face and then jumped clear over Rinkah in her fast spear. But a kick out. It ain't over yet. She's gonna have to land one of her own. And she's gonna want to stand a chance in this. She's been hit with 2 choke slams, but look at this roll up on a Rinkah. That's 1. Kick out. Erza is fighting Scrappy. Oh, but a shot to the midsection. Looked like she was looking to jump off the ropes. That's not the Rinkah I know. Into the corner. Shot to the face. Going for what looks like a scoop slam here. Lands. Up to that middle rope. What's going on here? And spear! Okay, we've seen spears from pretty much anywhere at this point. No resiliency from Rinkah, though. In fact, both girls still have resiliency, which is kind of crazy at this point. And look at this, Rinkah in a precarious position for another spear! Hey, when we said it was going to be a smattering of spears all over the place, it sure enough is. Knee strike to the gut. These are just 2 strong girlies. Oh my gosh. We saw this for the first time. I ain't never seen nobody do that. We saw that for the first time, I think, at Ticket to Paradise. Where Rinkah just took one of her Flame Tribe girlies and said, get in the ring. Rinkah not trying to win any match by countout. Look at this. Erza, honestly, smart decision. Smart time to be doing this. Brilliant comeback. She's got a full signature and finisher bar. And Rinkah does not have resiliency right now and cannot reverse. Popped up. Spike DDT. But her foot is under the rope. Good call from the referee because I didn't even notice. A couple of shots to the gut. And the worst part about this is Erza is very much... What was that? Back elbow. I don't know what she reversed there. It looked like Rinkah, may have been going for it. Rinkah's not gonna have, Rinkah reverses the spear herself! Rinkah said, you're not the only one who can reverse the spear. Gets back into position saying, this is how it's done. Back-to-back spears on all fronts being reversed. The first one who lands one, it is Rinkah. Pinfall for 1, 2. Resiliency's finally burned on one of these 2 ladies. Oh my gosh. Stomp right to the knee. And again a stomp, but catches the foot the last time. I will say if Erza's able to hit the finisher here, she might be able to get the job done because Rinkah does not have resiliency built up. And off the rope, she may be thinking about it. Popped up. Oh, she did not. It's because she's injured. We saw her do that to Yukiko before, pop up spear, but she did not have the strength and instead runs to hit one, and she runs through Rinkah, but does have resiliency. Will Rinkah burn it? She does. It is either girls match, and I'll tell you what, we have ourselves a little show between these 2, and we still got 1 match still to come. Up to the top rope. Big splash. I would go for the pin right afterwards, to be honest. What is she thinking here? She does have a sig. I don't know what her signature is by heart. I guess we're about to find out because, yeah, it's that Impaler DDT. But this time, Wisely doesn't go for the pinfall. But Rinkah, adrenaline's up. Sends her into the ropes. Goes underneath. Oh, I thought she was going to land on her feet, but instead Rinkah caught her in the air and slammed her down again. Rinkah trying to hit that, probably the spear from the apron again. It worked out for her earlier in this map. Will it work out again? And it does! Cuts her in 2. Honestly, that might be enough. Spear through the middle ropes. Ladies and gentlemen, Erza had a run of a lifetime. But Rinkah said when it comes to spears, it's your girl. Goodness gracious. Hey. You can't take anything away from Erza. Is this a reversal or is this a hit? That was a hit. That was a spear. That was indeed a spear. I think that was the first one that Rinkah was able to hit this match. And right back, she said, I got one for you too. 1, 2, And that was resiliency. Back-to-back resiliencies burned. Up to the top rope. Erza showing off a little bit of showcase here. Big splash. Didn't go for the pinfall, but she said, I have enough to get that Impaler DDT. But Rinkah with the spear through the ropes was enough to put Erza away. And look at the midsection of Rinkah. Bruised. You want to know why? Spears. I hope Erza is still cleared to compete. She gonna need to take a couple of weeks off, but Gorey, I'm gonna tell you what, she's got a bright future. She's got a bright future here in the AWE. And I don't see an injury news. Good. She gonna take some time off. Girl needs to. Give me the stars real quick. She needs to take some time off after everything that's been transpiring, but I will need to remake the main event because there are 6 random competitors in here now. So I will be right back. Okay, now we have it. So, this is a Gauntlet Eliminator match. And let me talk to you. Here's how this thing works. Ryoma said he's going into this Gauntlet Eliminator himself. He said specifically, if you pin him, he'll see you at Scars and Stripes. If you win, he'll see you at Scars and Stripes. If he wins, he'll decide what he wants to do at Scars and Stripes. You don't got much time to choose, so we'll see how that all plays out. And we'll see it play out as the stars go. Black. At most, it will be a triple threat match at Scars and Stripes. Boy, we know the rules of Gauntlet Eliminator. Calm down. Show us who's coming out. Okay, well. He either asked for this or he is unlucky. The champion is out first, so there's now a good chance that we'll likely see well, you know what, let me not count him out yet. Because Ryoma is an all-time wrestler. He is, when I say all-star, he's literally an all-star wrestler. Let's talk about it. Ryoma Hoshi has won every title that this business has to offer you besides the United World Championship, which, you know, he can't earn his way into. He is one of the bell-to-bell best opportunists here in the AWE. He has been tag team champion. He has been champion of the AWE. He has been all-star champion. He has been Fight Forever champion tonight. Polonia was out first at in the golden ticket match. That being said, since then he's been with Sandrone, and it's actually been making Athena and Sayori very upset. They almost feel like they've lost their robot buddy. Sandrone has been working very hard, I would say with Polonia, but I would say on Polonia is more likely. Apparently she has been tweaking with his abilities in the ring. So I would be concerned if I am a competitor like that. But I mean, like, you know, maybe Sandrone doesn't know what's best for Polonia. I'm not gonna say that. Don't put that on record. I think she probably does know what's best for Polonia. I don't want any beef with Homegirl. I sure enough don't. That being said, these two start off the ring. Let's see how it all plays out. One-on-one, and it's on. The size difference is intense as Ryoma goes down. And immediately, ugh, not even a power bomb. It's like an overbomb. Shot to the face of Ryoma. Remember, these are big old robotic hands as number 6 is about to walk into this matchup. I'm sorry, number 3, not number 6. That'd be crazy. 3 2, 1. This is a man who demanded to be in this matchup after Tina got in the way of his world championship win by his words. Sephiroth, oh my gosh. First of all, Ryoma is a baby in this matchup. A baby between two behemoths as these two muscular men slash robots. These two powerhouses look to try and take him down, and Ryoma he's been murdered by everyone who stepped into the ring so far. Oh, wait a minute, that also misses. What is he doing here? Still going after the Kang. As number 4 is Scarlet. Okay, first, okay. Hey, who tried to kill Ryoma? It's just a bunch of big dudes so far. It's literally a bunch of big dudes. This is a person who took Gin to the limit. It is a person who took Gin to the limit. Skeletor looks to take the King to the limit as well. Former King. I still call him the King. He's King forever. Let's keep it a buck. It's like King Booker. He's a king forever. Let's keep it a buck. Pulling that arm back on Skeletor. And Ryoma realizing, okay, I'm gonna need to use a little bit of help. A little bit of assistance. Who's number 5? Wait, what? Wait, like Morgana? Big Chop? It is Morgana, of the Phantom Thieves Morgana. Morgana is back! Morgana, the first ever, I guess you could say first ever AWE champion before we even called it the AWE championship. Back when it was the AV Mania championship, he was the first winner of the ladder match at AV Mania. There's a world, actually, depending on who Tina chooses, that he could win tonight and then go into the 5th anniversary ladder match as champion, as number 6 is Punch Up, who has been trying recently to punch his way up the division. Tonight, he could be doing it. Former Fight Forever champion. He does not have the height advantage, but he does have the punch advantage. Sephiroth with the reversal inside the ring. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. Somebody, I think Polonia just got rocked. That's all 6 superstars, actually. 1 or 2 or none of these superstars will go at it. I am unsure. Did you see him punch him into that roll-up? That was crazy. That was actually really unintentionally smooth, I think, but it was so smooth. Oh, and now we're seeing, oof, Sephiroth go down. Sephiroth is actually feeling real pain right now. Good. Is that I was gonna say, is that an LED light tube? It sure is. Not LED, but it is certainly a light tube. Goodness gracious. Oh, Morgana just got murdered with a chair, and then right after catching a crossbody. Pinfall. 1 for Polonia. Polonia's been in this thing since the beginning. Oh my gosh! Ryoma nearly just got his head taken off. It is Gauntlet Eliminator, remember. Nobody's going to be breaking up any pins. Punch Up gets tossed. Now I think they're starting to realize Polonia is hitting a little different. He went for Polonia. Sephiroth incidentally walked in the way of it, trying to catch the cat. And the cat may be setting up for something. He's dialing it up, but gets caught by Polonia! Wait a minute. That was Athena's move, wasn't it? Was that not, the mood swing? Okay. Alright, fair enough. In the ring, look at that. Oh, no. Morgana being hit with a signature. And, oh my gosh, 2 signatures hit at the exact same time. Pinfall, however, lands onto Morgana of the Phantom Thieves. 1, 2. Not resiliency, though. Survives. Kendo stick to the back of the champion. Remember, the champion, I guess, needs to not win this thing, actually. Oh, a shot to the face. Reversal right back. Turned around. Ryoma saying that this is the championship and that he wants to provide as many people the opportunity with as he can. That's why he is faithfully saying, hey, let's make it a triple threat match. Wait a minute. Riling himself up. What is Punch Up thinking here? Knee strike to the chest of Sephiroth. And Ryoma missing wildly with that move that might honestly spell, not disaster, but spell something great for... Ooh, wait a minute. Wait, over there. I thought he was getting hit with the... He is! 619 lands on Skeletor. Off the ropes. I don't even know who he hit him with. I think he actually hit Polonia into that steel chair. And a pinfall on a Skeletor. Skeletor might be... He doesn't have resilience. He might be out. Kick out. Kick out right here, right now. Up on the shoulders. And look at this. Dropping Polonia on the knee. Go to sleep. The cat saying, hey, go to sleep. You love to see it. Drops the dragon screw. 1-2. Polonia doesn't burn. Really? Polonia does not burn. And another go to sleep. Skeletor very familiar with that go to sleep after his little feud with Dante. 1, 2. Skeletor the first one to burn in this fight. Rolling to the outside. I will say, the longer this matchup goes on, the more beneficial it is for Skeletor. We know submission wrestling has been a hot topic here in the AWE, and that Castle Grayskull might be more powerful than it's ever been. Oh my gosh, turned around. Look at this thing. Dropped him face first, and there's blood dashing all the way over to our drone camera. Oh man, pinfall there. Incidentally, no, not incidentally broken up. It was actually good. Still good to go. I will say, Ryoma once again should be the target of everybody. That's your champion. But I guess you want to make sure that you keep this thing a one-on-one. You want to pin the champion and win. So keeping him into the final two might be actually a pretty good decision. Burning his resiliency earlier probably is a better one though. But then someone else could steal that pin from you. Wait a minute. Ryoma, I think, incidentally just saved Skeletor. As Morgana's honestly as good as we've ever seen him, I feel like. I'm sorry, steel steps. Hey, hold on a minute. What are you doing? What are you doing there? Oh my gosh, Polonia down. Polonia stands right back up. King into the corner. Morgana drapes him, goes up to the middle rope, goes up to the top rope. Ooh, innovative splash there. LED light tube right into the fur of Ryoma. Not Ryoma. Ryoma don't got fur. Right in the fur of Morgana. And Ryoma's turning into a furry according to my commentary as he's turned back around. Sephiroth. Oh, Sephiroth might be going face first into that chair. No. Was not. From behind, though. We talked about this before. It's not Castle Grayskull. Oh, man. But it is that move. Punch Up. Do you have resiliency? It might be gone. 1, 2. He still got it. He does still have it. What is this? The audience looked like they were like trying to... trying to wave something. Oh, maybe they were. There was a guitar and... Oh, no, Sephiroth, stop. He's going for murder, dude. Luckily able to kick him out of the way. Punch Up able to kick out of 2 inside the ring. A lot of chaos, a lot of anarchy going on in this ring. Clothesline to Skeletor. And, oh, no. Oh, my gosh. Hey, Polonia's lucky he's not malfunctioning at this point. Pulls Punch Up away saying, yeah, I want you too. Up and over. That might have been a mistake. If that turned into an Alabama slam, that would have been right onto the... Hey, he ate that. He swung that thing against him, and he ate that. But if that suplex lands, he threw him into the steps, and that may have saved Sephiroth. Took Ryoma off balance as Sephiroth lands on his head. I'm sorry, his feet. Not on his head. That would have been way worse for him, I actually suppose. Ryoma alone in there in the ring. You got to imagine somebody's got to be thinking, yeah, let me go after the champion. I think it may be Punch Up because he got the steel steps, and I thought he was going to toss him in the ring, but instead, they're getting tossed on the ground. Both sets of steel inside the ring. It's Skeletor. Skeletor, who has no finisher or no signature, but is, okay, whoops, is a submission specialist, tried to burn resiliency on Ryoma inside the ring. Ryoma does have a finisher. It could be looking like a long ways to go for Skeletor in the corner, long ways to go. 1, 2, Skeletor's out of this thing. The champ has gotten 1 elimination. Polonia goes neck first into the steps. Skeletor's out of this thing. Sling Blade. Morgana sneaks his way back in. I would actually love to see a little bit of Morgana versus Ryoma. Little past versus present. Honestly, it might be the case. Got the knees up. Inside the ring. We got 3 competitors, and Punch Up may be going down. Down in an earlier round, and maybe the second person out, or maybe the second person burning resiliency, and he kicks out. Hey, Ryoma, I saw that dance. I saw you with the walk. Oh, he reversed the one-winged angel. But Sephiroth reverses right back and takes off the head of the mecha. It's 1, it's 2. It is a resiliency on Polonia as well. But I need to point out who does not have resiliency burned. It is the champion. Champion still has resiliency, still has fight left in him. Remember, Ryoma has to lose, first of all, lose this thing. Second of all, I guess someone's got to pin or submit him. Turn around. I'd say the best bet of submission is gone now. Eliminated very quickly with Skeletor, and that might be what Ryoma was thinking. He's saying, okay, yeah, that's not gonna fly here. In the corner, Sephiroth with a reversal. Punch Up still surviving. Has Sephiroth on the shoulders. Drops him neck first on the ropes. The size difference rather between these two might be negligible after that man just adrenaline up. Remember Punch Up, oh my gosh, double stomp to Polonia on the outside. Inside, Punch Up desperately needs some help. Elfelt couldn't come out to help him in this fight. As what is he? Oh, we've seen him do this before. We have seen him do this before. Inside the ring. Wait a minute. Ryoma caught it because he threw Punch Up. But I think he's not going to be able to capitalize. Sephiroth landed bad on the knee. And Morgana, oh my gosh! He's a sicko, and a long ways to go. Over to Punch Up as well. From behind. Oh, he caught him. I think he caught the long ways to go, dude. Oh my gosh. we need like a replay of Sephiroth just murdering Morgana there. Goodness gracious. Off the ropes, big splash. Slam to the champion, and Punch Up actually might be gone here. 1, 2, and that is 3. Punch Up out at number 2. Sephiroth is now alone in the ring with Morgana, who may be telling Sephiroth to go to sleep. The bar is broken, so you have to imagine if this burns resiliency, it does not. I was going to say, then Ryoma's the only one left who has resiliency. Snaps that arm. Sephiroth only here because he believes that Captain Falcon and Mr. Tenna screwed him. Reversal right back. Mono running the ropes. Drop kick. It is truly a small versus mighty one-on-one in the ring right now, but it's turned into a true fatal 4-way. Stood up again. Shot to the face. So wait a minute. Reversal. Ryoma trying to do some extra damage on Sephiroth right now. That's the champ, and that is kind of the king of the whole match right now. Ooh, but at the last moment, Morgana snaps that neck. He's on the ropes. He's calling for, I don't know who he called to get up there. I think it was actually Polonia, but it looks like it doesn't matter because Ryoma's the one who sends him flying away. Cranking at that neck. Slowly lifting him up to a knee. And a super kick. Sephiroth falls down to his feet. And look at this. Oh my gosh. I don't know what we just saw. Was that long ways to go? I think it was. 1, 2. Polonia's out of this thing too. Hey, at best, Ryoma wins this thing for himself. At worst, he has a triple threat match between Mona and Sephiroth. But I'll tell you right now, he hasn't burned resiliency yet. He may be burning it here, though. 1, 2. Kicked out without it. Sephiroth also still has resiliency. Reversal there by Mona. Ryoma does have a signature again. Hey, this is your... Mona lands on his feet. Oh, but instead... Mona instead dies. Mona dies. It's 07s to the cat. It's a one-winged angel. 1, 2, and Mona's out of this thing. It is a one-on-one Sephiroth versus the king of the division. We talk about Gin beating the odds. We gotta talk about Ryoma and how he is the odds. Ryoma is the odds right now. If Ryoma's able to put away everyone in this thing, I don't remember who got pinned by who, but I think he has the most pinfalls regardless. Look at this. Has him up and slams him down. Right into the pinfall. 07s. 1, 2. Resiliency's gone. And it might be a long ways to go for Sephiroth. Ryoma walks over to him. Has him on the shoulders. Sephiroth with a reversal. Not giving up yet. Shot to the jaw. And suplex, but Ryoma so small, able to get his way out of it. Shot to the back of the knee. Chop block. He stood up, and a long ways to go lands. Y'all, that's your all-star champion. 1, 2, he got the job done. Mama, there go that boy. Ryoma decides his match for Scars and Stripes. Hey, he is that boy. Mama, there goes that man. Final 2, he got the job done. Sephiroth, who has been an imposing force, gets pinned by the champion. Hey, whatever Ryoma decides for Scars and Stripes, I think he's got it won. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I don't know what it's gonna be, but Ryoma, if I were him, I'd say, hey, 1v1, let me fight like him. Haru. Who's the Haru of the men's division? Sampo. I wouldn't even want to risk that. Ryoma would want to put on a good match. I will give him that. But he is one of the best in the business. And I'll keep it a buck with you, it looks like he barely broke a sweat. There were some crazy spots. We saw Mona basically die on a steel chair. We saw steel steps flying, but at the end of the day, remember who he is. He is the Kang. So if you step, you ought not miss. Let's talk about it. Ryoma decides his match at Scars and Stripes himself. Rinkah and Scarlet, Ezra, I'm sorry, not Ezra, Erza Scarlet, put on a spear showcase. Mona and Cherry took down Alice mostly after they took down Klee early doors. Aiba, with the help of Eggman, was able to put away Kizzy. So Jiro actually earns himself into the Fight Forever Championship match. It will now be Dante versus Zangief versus Sojiro. Triple threat. What will be the actual match type? We'll see. And of course, this match, which should have been the OC Tag Team Champions versus Rose and Mrs. Grebin Shivkova. Something like that. Turned into sadness. And we'll leave it at that. That being said, Inferno is on the horizon. This Inferno, once again, this Friday is a special Inferno. It is Scars and Stripes. Our Rumble winners will have to decide who they face at AV Mania. So Tina, disgustingly enough. And On, I think, is the more interesting option here. On can decide between Hu Tao or Bernice, whoever wins that championship match, or she decides to go after Sage. Will she be a hypocrite, or will she do what's best for the company? I don't know. We'll find out. In Bernice's words, not mine. But I do kind of agree with her, I'm not gonna lie to you. That is our show. We do definitely need to check our news. Mona injured, Claude injured, DK further aggravated his injury, and of course this happened. Disgusting behavior. Something's gotta be done about them. I, however, am ready to take off. Are you ready is the $1 million question. Bring me with the stars, because it's starting to feel like Mania. What will go on this Friday? Be there, do not be square. I'm taking off to Blue Flight Crew. As always, thank you for watching.